Since I don't like my current longsword handle, I decided to replace it with something more fitting. First task, disassembly. If you're lucky enough to have a sword that can be disassembled like my Victor Barracush feather, then you need to measure the old handle. Vital measurements are the diameter of the pommel, total grip length, and also the top diameter if needed. Next, you have to design your own sword grip. In my case, I used the dimensions of my reenactment sword because I like this very much. Transfer this onto the wood that becomes your handle. When choosing your wood, take something that's not too hard but not also too soft. I used beech, but you could also use ash. Notice that we produce our handle from 2 parts of wood, not 1 part of wood. Once cut, now transfer your measurements. On both halves, notice that we need to sketch in the inner measurements of our sword. Like the outer markings, we are also doing this on both sides on the inside. Then we chisel out on both sides about half the depth. Make sure you check regularly so you don't overdo it. Cut off both halves to your exact measurements. Put both parts of the handle together and see if you can put in the blade without being it too loose. Then glue your 2 wood pieces together. Now it's time to form the outer shape. I first use a chisel and then a file, always stopping so that I don't overdo it again. Of course, always stop and assemble to see what it feels like. For the pommel, I mark the outer circumference with a pen and then file down. When it barely fits, I give it a little smack with a hammer and then have my marking with the exact inner circumference. I use the same approach for my top part of the handle. After finishing the top and bottom part, I assemble the sword for the first time again completely. Make sure everything is tight and is not clattering all over the place. Now it's time to shape the middle and final part and give the whole wood a good finish. Woodworking part complete. Awesome! It's pretty close to the inspiration, so yeah, good job. Make sure that you file down more than optimal, because there's going to be a layer of leather or wool on top of it, making the grip thicker. Now it's time for the leather layer. First, you need a cutout. Mark the edge of your handle, roll over, and mark the other edge. I decided to cover only the top half with leather and wrap wool around the lower. I also decided to add a cross leather to make it fancier. Put the cutout on the handle to see if it fits. Then transfer it to a piece of leather of your choice and cut it out. I also decided to add some bevel rings to the middle to get an appropriate feel of where my lead hand is supposed to be. So I cut 2 leather bands which I glued around the middle of the handle. Make sure the band is longer than the circumference so you can cut it to fit. Then it's time to choose a cross leather design. Go wild, use your imagination. I decided to go for a kind of elvish fire leaf kind of thing. Make sure the cross leather is wider than your blade of the cross guard. Also, don't forget to draw a little flap where you can fix the cross leather to the handle. Use the cutout to check what it is going to look like. Transfer the cutout onto thick leather. If you're working asymmetrically, like I do with my leaf, make sure to mark your front and back side so the cutout is mirrored. Mark holes at the points where the 2 parts will be stitched together. Don't forget to mirror the holes exactly on the other piece. punch holes and stitch with a strong thread. Stitch in a way that both pieces are in a line and not on top of each other. Thin out the flaps by sanding them so you won't feel the overlay on your other piece of leather. Partly assemble to test the fits. If you are happy with the result, glue the flaps to the wooden handle. Now make holes on the edges of your front grip. Again, mirror on the other side. Mark the part below the bevel rings and thin out the leather again for a smooth transition to the wool. Add a hole to the middle top part, as you can see here. This is where we sew the grip to the cross leather, so the grip is connected to the cross leather and therefore via the glue also to the handle. Now for stitching. First, attach the grip via the top holes to the cross leather like on the other side. Then, stitch diagonally on the inside, following 2 or 3 rounds vertically on the outside. Continue again once diagonally inside, then again vertically outside, and so forth. Once you're done, we need to make the leather fit to the handle. I forgot to film this part, but bear with me. In order to do that, we tie a small rope between the bevel rings. Remember to tie really tight. Then re-drench the whole grip in water so it is soaked. Using a heat gun, we slowly dry the leather. During, it will shrink and really closely fit the handle, not moving around anymore. For the next part, I added some wool near the crossguard as a marker for my hand and to hide some ugly parts where I made mistakes. For the lower part, I first glued the beginning of my wool thread just below the end of the leather, to hide the beginning of the thread and to secure it in place. I then wrapped the wool thread around the handle tightly, and with tight, I mean really tight, or else the thread will loosen itself over time and you need to start the whole thing over. I wrapped it up to the bevel ring and down towards the pommel. I hid the end of the thread inside the pommel, so both beginning and end are hidden and secured. As I finish, I added some beeswax to the leather and the wool part, making it smoother and giving it a better grip as well as some protection. And a final step, I glued the tips of the grip to the cross leather.
And now for the most important part, putting it all together and marvel out our craftsmanships. Of course, you can use Always Go Easier by leaving out the bevel rings and the cross leather or wool, then just go for plain leather. You could also just use some kind of thread instead of leather. The choices are endless. So if you have anything to add, please let us know in the comments below. And always, please like and subscribe and all of that. And most of all, thanks for watching!